Life is a winding road, no telling where it...
Hi, welcome to the restorative movement class. My name is Veronica. We're starting a new week, a new session, and a new series for today. This time we're gonna take it a bit slower. We're gonna work at the end of the session with a very nice meditation, so I really encourage you to stay at the very end. Remember to watch the introduction video that is on traumatherapysolution.com. So you can see the overview, the special guidelines, and the safety measures that you really need to be informed if this is your first class. So the material is going to be always posted in the comments. For today's practice, you'll need a chair and a towel. If you have 1 or 2 yoga blocks, we're going to need those instead of the towel, but if not, just bring a big towel, please. So let's get started, and I'll meet you like in less than 1 minute. Go grab your material and I'll see you soon. Okay, so please grab your towel in this way. If you have a block, you're just gonna sit on the block. Just grab the block. But if you don't, grab 1 towel and maybe fold it this way and then again like this, and then we're gonna roll the towel. So what we want is to create like a big sit where we're going to kneel. If kneeling is too rough on your knees, then just sit on a chair, for example. Then place the roll on the mat and kneel so you can actually sit over the roll. So my bottom is on the towel, and then my knees are bent, and of course my instep. So this is going to allow me to just be in this posture without pressing much my knees, without feeling that this is way too much on my legs, the pressure is too much on my legs. So again, maybe give it a try, and if this is not working on your knees especially, go and sit down on a chair. Maybe if you put another pillow, another towel, so you can have this seat even higher. 2 blocks, for example, that might do. So we're gonna start here connecting with our breath, please. I really like to welcome the silence into the practices before we start. And that helps us to have like a white canvas. And then we can start picturing what is happening, what we desire, what we need. The idea is to start painting, but first we are visualizing that white canvas. And that is our body, just in this pose, by doing nothing, just by staying still. And what we are now, what we're about to paint, is the breath. So choose a color, any color you like, and imagine that your breath is the brush, and that you're painting with the breath. Every time you inhale, you take your brush all the way to one side, and as you exhale, you move the brush to the other side, to another place in your canvas. You can see those beautiful colors. Maybe with your inhalation, you can see one color all the way as you inhale. And then move the brush to the other side as you exhale. The color changes. You can actually hear the exhalation. Keep going. You can actually hear that sound of the breath that is similar of a brush painting a surface, a canvas, maybe a wall. So this is your vision. And if something is needed for you to adjust, maybe you don't want an element, you can just change it. For example, instead of a canvas, you can use a wall or the floor. I don't know, however you feel that you're comfortable, that it's not triggering you. But keep painting with the breath. As you inhale, you can see one color going to one side. As you exhale, you can hear the brush sliding to the other side. You can change the color maybe, and it becomes therapeutical, peacefully. It's a good place to be. Just one last breath here. Keep doing that exercise. Keep painting with the breath. Keep enjoying this moment where you're doing only this, nothing more. Very good. So just open slightly your eyes and lean to one side so you're able to release one of your legs and press that sole on the floor. Do the same, lean to the other side, release the other leg, and just adjust yourself in a way that you're seated, nice and comfortable. So I am doing this, my thighs are really close to my tummy, but you can also have your feet further from the block. And now just go back to that vision where you're painting with the breath, but now add this other element of lengthening the spine, and that you're going to feel that in the body. Maybe the painting, it's like a brush moving all the way up as you inhale with one color. And as you exhale, imagine that brush that you're painting this other color moving all the way down. And we're going to do this vision and this action on your spine for 2 more times. Have your hands on your shin bones, helping yourself and lengthening the spine as you keep breathing and you're painting with the breath. See how beautiful is the fact that we can do so many things by only focusing on the breath, changing our posture, improving some mindsets, that we can let go some thoughts, some emotions. We can go into other places where we can feel, I don't know, relaxation, benefits. Once you feel that it's enough to be in this posture, that you have felt that your legs have relaxed and softened, let's go back to the kneel pose. So again, lean to one side, place the leg in, careful, lean to the other and place the other leg in. So your legs are by the block or the towel again. Remember, you can go and put your legs in front of you in case you feel that you need to give yourself a break from the pose. And that was the place where we're resting. So again, we're in the kneel pose. This time we are placing our hands by the ribs. Now you are going to press the ribs in towards the spine, give it a little press, a little push. And again, you're going to start feeling the breath As you inhale, feel your ribs expanding. As you exhale, feel them contracting. And you can add those past two elements that we have worked on. You can paint with the breath using the sound of the breath as, or referencing like a sound of a brush. Painting colors as you breathe in and breathe out. The idea is you can see the breath, how it moves. Put a vision to it, a vision that calms you down. And you can also feel the breath with your hands. So keep working with that brush that paints this wall with those beautiful colors that you have chosen. And one last push, feeling the breath, watching its color, and hearing its sound. Go on. Release your hands, again lean to one side and both feet to the front, hands on your shin bones, lengthening your spine. Move your toes from side to side. Maybe you want to flex your feet up and down so you can release that strain that we have created. And let's go and do one last time this exercise. Again, get ready, lean to one side, press in, steps down, and same thing to the other. Be very careful in this transition, can be a bit advanced. So if you need to move your legs like so, you can do it using your hands on the floor. Explore if there are other ways to do the transitions that it's very safe for you, and go ahead and use them. Remember, we're here to actually see how much range of movement we have. So cross your forearms and place them on opposite clavicles. This time we're moving the breath and feeling the breath with the hands up and down, and use that same brush. Grab your brush and see how it slides to one side as you inhale, painting one color, and moves to the other side as you exhale. You can see another color, maybe it's bright. Keep on going, breathing, moving that brush in this vision. Slide the brush as long as you inhale. Move the brush to the other side for as long as you exhale. 2 more rounds, and also feel the movement with your hands. As you inhale, maybe the brush goes up like your clavicles. As you exhale, it goes down as you can feel the clavicles pressing down into the chest again. One last time. And this last time, guide yourself using all those elements that now you know that you have embodied. Release your hands down, and same thing. We're going to put our feet forward. Move your feet with your hands on the shin bones. Help yourself, keep lengthening the spine up. And in here, you're just going to move your hips towards the edge of the roll, the towel, or the block. Relax your legs down. Maybe you want to have your feet underneath your legs, then it's okay. Maybe you're ready to roll your insteps down. This is going to feel wider opener in your hip, and just relax your legs down in any case. So we're going to inhale, have your hands up like a circle, place palms to the center, and then with your exhalation, move your palms together all along until the front of your hip, relaxing the hands down on your lap, and then again inhale. Maybe again your vision of painting. This time your brush is your hands, and exhale again. Imagine that your hand, that brush, is touching this canvas and painting down with the exhalation. Let's do it 3 more times and listen at your breath. Move the brush and the hands for as long as the inhalation. The breath here is the lead, is the music. And the movement and the body follows. Will be the dancer. Listen at the sound again. See these colors. One last time. Use your own range of movement. Go as high as you need. As deep with your breath. And keep painting, keep feeling the surface and listening to the sound of the brush of the breath. Very good. Now you're going to place your hands in the solar plexus, which is in between your lower ribs. Place an intention for today's practice. It can be related to what you have experienced in this exercise, painting with the breath, I call it. What is that you intend, and what is your goal from today's practice? Very good. Okay, so have your hands down, and we're going to go into the all fours pose. Now, point your head to the chair, wherever your chair are. Move your block, your towel to the side. Grab your chair, bring it with you. And now we're going to use the chair to help us stand up. So one foot and then the other. Your hands are on the seat of the chair. Your hands on the hips and come up. Use a little bend on your knees. We're going to sit on the chair, please. So we can see the options that we're going to have in this next exercise. So in this child pose, usually it's kneeled and with the forehead on the floor, but with the chair we're using the elbows on the thighs. So start moving to the sides. Maybe you want to have the tip of your fingers together. As you inhale, you move to one side, and as you exhale to the other. Open your eyes, gaze your soles, press your toes down, and you are in your body. Sometimes we use the gaze to direct our energy. And in here, we are needing our energy to be present. We are sharpening our attention. And that's why we need our focus all the way to the farthest place, which are the toes. Keep moving very well. Now you're going to place your forehead on your hands. So this is the modified towel pose. If I am kneeled and I'm doing the child pose, you can come to the chair and do this. And just feel how the chair is holding you. Your hands are holding your head. And it's a very important thing to notice all the supports that you have and how you're grounding in this pose. How you're also resting and coming to this neutral place. And that is why we use this pose for. So this is modified child pose. Whenever I call to the child pose, you can come and adjust it on the chair. Okay, so now we're going to take opposite hand to opposite leg and grab your chair from behind. Grab the back of the chair and twist a little bit. Really use your feet, have them very well grounded. Exhale, come back to the center. Other hand, opposite leg. With the other hand, grab the back of the chair and twist again. As you twist, keep lengthening the spine with your inhalation, and we'll do it one more time. So inhale, lengthen both hands on the legs. Exhale, opposite hand, grab opposite leg, and then the back of the chair as you twist. Exhale, maybe a little bit deeper. Inhale here, and as you exhale, release from the pose, both hands down. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, opposite hand to the leg and grab the chair as you twist. Exhale. Here you inhale. Exhale as you release the pose. Very well. So now we're going to jump back on the floor. Very careful. Use your hands. Take as many movements as you need. And this time we're going to grab the chair as so elbows on the seat of the chair, and we're just going to move the hips back and forth. As you bring your hips forward, you have to engage the core. Really press the navel in, because the core is going to start lifting the hip. And the hip is very, very heavy. We have many elements there that make it the heaviest. We have the biggest muscle, the hip, the 5 bones that are glued together, creating the pelvis. They're very heavy as well. It's joining to the biggest bone in the body, which is the femur, the longest muscle, which is the sartorius. It's located here, connects the hip to the knee. So lots of elements there that make it very heavy. So when you are taking the hip forward, really engage the core belt, the core corset, we call it as well. There you go. Keep moving up and down, back and forth, and whenever you feel that you're ready to give yourself a little extension, a little arch, grab very well the chair and let the hips sink down. Very careful here. If you're ready to put extra support on your knees because it feels a bit harsh on your knees, you can put the blanket. Feels very well to always have the blanket there ready to support your knees. One last time. Go as further as you can want in each movement. Explore your own range. You will get surprised on how your body is different perhaps from what you expect. Sink your elbows, press them down, grab the chair very well, and exhale. Very good. Okay, so you can sit in the chair again and do those twists as you did, or you can do them on the floor. So insteps on the floor, elbows down on the ground, and we're just going to walk both arms to one side. Squeeze the waist there, please. A very nice massage to the organs that are on the sides of your digestive system. As you can see, you can feel how the air moves. Little burp there. I really like to experience clearly when I do some exercise the effect. Sometimes the flavor on the tongue changes. Let's go to the other side. As we squeeze the gut, as we massage the stomach, the liver. And I really like to experience that. It's like, yeah, it's working. I can see it also sometimes in my eyes in a way that I kind of feel more like a brightness in my sight. So let's come back to the center, hop again. Elbows on the seat of the chair. This time we're gonna step right, please, the right foot, step it forward, and we're gonna go into the runner's pose. So again, sink your elbows, forehead, palms and fingers. Everything is working, shoulders are pressing down, and we're gonna go into this runner's pose, very common pose. We're having extra forelegs on the chair here, and we're just going to bend the knee, and bend, extend, and bend and straight. Very good. If you want to work with both, welcome and start feeling the heat. Last week we've worked a lot on that discomfort that we are welcoming, that we're no longer rejecting the heat, the discomfort. Very well. So now straight your arms and adjust your legs. This time we're going to start kicking the left leg up. So you can kick as short, you can kick it as high as you want to work today. So 3 more kicks and feel that right glute, thigh and calf. The whole leg structure is starting to get strengthened. And with a stronger legs, we have a strong and healthy back. So that could be another intention. I am doing this because I want to release my back pain. And this is beneficial for my body. So again, go to your intention that's gonna help you to stay, to keep working. Very well. Now you're gonna stay with the leg up. Very good. For 3. Flex the left leg, for 2. Long deep breath in. 1 last, lift it up and come back down. Very well. So left knee on the floor and the right knee beside the other. Elbows to the chair, and let's do again the back and forth. Releasing that little tension that we put on the right glute. This is a great massage that you're giving to the lower back. This time, let's stay in the extension. Press the shoulders down, lengthening the spine. Now go back to that brush, to that painting that you were doing with the canvas. Now move your hips back and forth. Go back to that vision and try to sync everything to harmonize the whole movement, the breath, the vision, the colors, everything in this beautiful salad of different flavors, textures, shapes. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, hips backwards. And one last time. Really enjoy this experience. Very well, exhale. Get ready to do this on the other side. So, knees together, extend your arms and your left foot forward, please. And make sure you're creating this 90 degrees angle. This is very important to protect your knee. Okay, let's start going to the runner's pose. Straight your knee, elbows, forearms, palms, everything, fingers, fingertips, everything grabbing the chair, and start moving your legs. Pulse them, maybe you're just moving the right leg, maybe you're just moving both. Warming up the body, preparing the body for the class. Being very grateful with your legs. If you start feeling that the brain start complaining, no, we don't want to do this, then start adding gratefulness to the complaints. It's like the antidote. Thank you for my legs, for everywhere they take me, for all the work they do for me, for my body, for my house. Very well. Straight your arms, please. Really grab your chair. It's helping you, and adjust your distance. This time, maybe you want to have your left foot not so close to the chair because we're going to start kicking. So kick very shortly, if that's enough for you today, or kick in this higher level, or maybe you want to do a very high, wide range kick. Very well. Working the hips, working the thigh. Move your hands whenever you feel that you need best support. Very well. Keep being very grateful and thankful for your legs. And pulse and pulse. Engage and welcome the discomfort, the effort. Inhale here, lift it up higher, and exhale. Right foot on the floor, knee, and the left knee beside the first one. Very well. Elbows down. And one last series of hips forward and backwards. Sit your hips close to the heels and really feel how the lower back stretches. It's a very nice experience, how the shoulders open, sinking the chest down. And then go to the other side and explore this other perspective as well, this other experience, by letting the hip falling down. And let's go into the child pose to rest. Again, if this is too much on your knees, sit on the modified supported child pose and rest here. I really like to jump out of the towel, and that helps me to put my forehead on the floor. Or maybe you want to put one hand and then the other over the first one and relax the forehead there. We're going to do one last exercise using the runner pose and the chair. So your knees back again on the towel. Grab your chair. Right foot, we always start with the right leg, right side with the right arm. So this is like, just to not lose ourselves, it's always the right one first, and then it's better, and you don't have to work a lot on where we are. So knee on the floor. And this time what we're doing is bringing the hip forward. So we're stretching now the hip flexor, the thigh. So you can press the chair forward and slide yourself more, or you can stay, for example, here, not too down, not too deep, and just looking for a place where you are feeling that the left thigh gets stretched. If you need to place your left toes, go ahead. If this is too much on the hip, on the knee, excuse me, sometimes you can lift it up. Another thing that works here is to roll the towel very thick and place it right above the knee, not on the knee, not right below or underneath, but a little bit above. So it actually supports the leg, but I am like taking my hip forward. So this is a stretch. What you really want here is to stretch the thigh, and you can also stretch the right hamstrings for sure. Just one last breath there. Paint the brush. Inhale. Change the color. Exhale. Slide the brush to the other side and listen at the sound. Hip backwards. Help yourself with the chair and then switch to the other side. So adjust. Maybe you want to just place the knee over the towel, or you want to create that roll and support the knee, the lower thigh, excuse me, on the roll. So take your time in this practice. Try to listen to your body, and for sure, guide yourself. You're the master here, and you place the rhythm, the range, the intensity. So again, you have this option to be just here, stretching the thigh, or deepen, the direction of the pose is taking the hip forward, but you do it as much as you feel safe. Please do not fight, don't force it. Long, deep breath in, painting the brush up. Long, deep breath out, moving the brush, changing the color to the other side, to another place. Just one last breath here. With the chair, help yourself to move the hip backwards. Very well. And one last child pose. Sit on the chair if it's better for you. This time I'm going to place my elbows on the towel and rest here. And let's go into this modified pose where you're holding your chin here, stretching the throat. If this is not suiting you today, you can maybe put the forehead down again. Find what is beneficial for you. Okay, come up and move the chair to the side because we're going to lay on the mat. Before we lay on the mat, we are rolling again the towel. In a way that it's high. If you have a yoga block, use a yoga block, please. So you can see the roll here. And we're gonna have it on the side so you can lay on the floor. And then lift the hip up and place this roll right under the sacrum and just rest the hip there. Adjust your hair bands and your hair in a way that it's actually comfortable. Your head has to be comfortable on the ground. Your knees bend, soles very well grounded, and just turn your palms up. back to the breath, come back to the brush. And we're going to stay here for this last meditation. Stay here in this pose. Feel the breath. Come back to the vision if that's been something that's been very useful for you. That brings you here to this moment. Maybe open your eyes if it's necessary. Now consider the ground beneath you. And think how the ground is holding you up. Think the earth is always there for me. Always holding me up, holding me still. Now conceptualize other positive phrase that suits you. The heaviness you feel is gravity gently pulling you to and holding you on the earth. We are grateful for that force, for that gravity that keeps us grounded, that keeps us steady and connected to the earth. Now, draw your senses on the back of your lungs. Focus there. Feel your lungs moving and let yourself breathe into the back of your lungs. Use the visions that we have worked or just the feeling of the lungs moving beneath the earth. Imagine the earth is meeting you here. Then let the earth breathe with you. Imagine the earth is a giant lung breathing into your lungs, rejuvenating you. See those beautiful images and how they're working together. The earth is kind, the soil is gentle, the ground is always present. The earth takes her time to breathe with you and into you. You have all that time now to appreciate it. Now let the exchange between you and the earth happen. Allow your breathing to interact with the earth's breath. Keep listening at your breath as it moves in, as it moves out. Watching that exchange happening, interacting, connecting. Listen at that beautiful sound. Notice how you slow down, how your breath expands, and how the belly softens. Notice how your mind slows and how your sense of well-being returns. Before we go and wrap up this class, we're going to finish with 2 reflections. So you can do this after the class and maybe you want to write it down, or you can do it now, filling the blanks. So just fill in the blanks after I say these two last statements, which you are finishing with your own reflection. The first one will be, I trust the earth too. I trust the earth too. And the second will be, I trust my body too. I trust my body too. Stay here for as long as you need, or maybe you come back to a seated pose, wrapping the session up. And thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes.